Christian, all the statins, all people should stop the statins.
But here's the best thing. Here's not the best. So the pharmaceutical industry stepped in and said, get this document off the internet.
Yes,
We don't want people knowing about it.
What, say that again?
The pharmaceutical industry stepped
No,
in.
no, no.
Okay, having high cholesterol is not a marker of heart disease. It does not mean you're going to have heart disease if you have cholesterol over 300.
and all that.
Like
High cholesterol does not cause.
heart disease
Wow.
does not cause heart disease. So
Does
if
it
you,
cause or it's not associated?
It's not as bad as they used to think it was.
in other words, just because you have high cholesterol does not mean you're going to have heart disease. So, and here's why the pharmaceutical company stepped in. Lipitor, Crestor, Zocor, and statin drugs. Does anybody want to guess what the annual statin drug market is in dollars annually? Anybody want to take a guess?
Billion.
100 billion.
88
It's in the
billion.
millions, isn't it?
Not quite that high. $29 billion annually. So
For some drugs.
the American Heart Association, with one article, threatened a $30 billion industry annually. So needless to say, Pfizer and the other companies were not happy. They're like, get this crap out of here. You will not find this article anywhere now. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I don't know where to find it now. So good luck if you find it.
Screenshot it?
If you find it, send me. I'll download it and I'll start spreading it on the internet like wildfire.
No, no.
So, all right.
If you remember where it was, I can find it for, what, if you remember the website?
I-
something like
It's
that?
the
I tried to
American Heart
find it.
Association.
There's a thing called the Wayback Machine. It documents every article, anything that was on the internet. You can go back in time.
Yeah, I'm guessing the pharmaceutical industries have enough money to make that thing stop.
I doubt it. If it's out there, it's out there.
I don't know.
It's a great tool.
I'm not gonna argue that. So, I'm not a tech guy. I know how to make people sweat and hate my hands. All right, so guys, let's talk real quick. So if you guys, if you absolutely need to do a protein shake for reasons A, B, and C, write this down. So 1 scoop of protein, about 2 ounces of berries, 1/8 of a cup of oatmeal, flax oil, and vitamin C crystals.
One more time, please.
So sure thing. You know Robert Gray. You have done this shake. You know exactly what I'm talking
Right.
about.
Say it again,
Just
then.
mix it with water and drink?
There's not really, like, it's just pure, that's pure protein. Where's the carbohydrates? Where's the fiber? So
Are you talking if this is gonna be like a meal replacement?
Correct.
Okay, what if we're just taking it as a supplement?
For what reason? Why would you take protein shake?
Why do people take it?
Could be a snack.
Depends on the reasoning. Some people could say, oh, I'm doing it to lose weight. Bodybuilders say I'm doing it to gain weight. It all depends. But by doing it like this, it balances it between the proteins, the carbs, and the fats.
Say the combination again, please.
Sure.
One more time.
So 1 scoop of protein, about 2 ounces of berries, about 1/8 of a cup of oatmeal, about a teaspoon of flax oil, and about 1/4 of a teaspoon of vitamin C crystals. That's not going to be on that zone. This is something. Vitamin C crystals. And we'll talk about that.
Vitamin C crystals.
Flax oil, about a teaspoon. So it's the vitamin C crystals. So let's break it down, guys. So the protein, that's your convenient source of chicken. So is it ideal? No, it's definitely not going to be ideal, but it's better than not getting a meal. The carbohydrates that are found in things like the berries it's not an ideal carbohydrate, but it's still going to be help to be beneficial for this particular instance. Now, oatmeal. Is oatmeal technically a grain? Yes, it is. However, the rawer that you can do it, the better. So in other words, don't use the instant oatmeal because it's going to have a higher glycemic index. It's going to convert into blood sugar faster. It's going to store as body fat faster. So when you're making these shakes, guys, blend the oatmeal first. Then throw the berries in. Then throw the protein, and then everything else. So the flax oil, guys, is just good fatty acids for it. And then the vitamin C helps to act as a natural antioxidant. Now, specifically with vitamin C, guys, there are 2 things you need to be careful with. So the first one you definitely want to write down. If you do too much vitamin C at once, it can cause diarrhea. It's going to cause aggravation of the bowels, and it's going to flush things through your system very quickly. The second thing, vitamin C crystals can be a little bit hazardous in another way. I had a very tough workout one day, went home, just said, you know what, I need a little bit more antioxidant just to fight some of these free radicals. Took some vitamin C, threw it in a little bit of water, stirred it up, drank it, walked out the door without giving it a second thought. Walk into my favorite Starbucks in my neighborhood. Walk to the barista, order my coffee. He gives me this very bizarre look. I'm like, okay, what was that about? Walk around to the counter to grab my coffee. She's like, here you go. Gives me this very strange look. I'm like, okay, this is getting weird. As I'm walking out the door, a woman holds the door for me and he just gives me this absolutely disgusted look. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So I get in my truck, flip down the visor, examine myself in the mirror, and there's a little bit of vitamin C crystal powder right here under my nose. So, it can be a little bit hazardous, guys. So, that actually did happen. Okay, guys, here's a little snippet of information. A new study, they found that people who drink their coffee black are more likely to exhibit psychopathic and sociopathic traits, whereas people who order a quad shot, non-fat, vanilla soy, extra film, light oil, caramel drizzle are more likely to be the victim.
But almond milk in black coffee is okay.
Yeah, it is. Just don't do a lot because guess what's
No.
also in almond milk?
It tastes-
Sugar. So get the unsweetened if you can.
That's different.
So, guys, my number one rule, excuses are like butts. Everybody has one, and they all stink. You can have excuses, or you can have results. The choice is going to be completely up to you. If you tell me I'm too busy to do this, I don't have the energy, I don't want to make the effort, that's entirely up to you. So it's on you to do it. Guys, there are 168 hours in a week. You're coming in here with me 3 of those hours. The other 165 hours is on your own. That's where the vast majority of the change is going to happen. You've got to put forth the effort when you're not here also. All right, so let's get back into, let's talk about the blocks of food again. So 7 grams of protein, 9 grams of carbohydrates, 1.5 to 3 grams of fat. Adjust this over time and as needed and fine-tune your machine. All right, so everybody should have gotten a sheet that has their weight and their body fat percentage on it. So we're going to calculate this out real quick, guys. So guys, your lean mass, which is your body weight minus your fat mass, equals your lean mass. 10% of that equals the number of blocks you're supposed to have per day. So, just for easy numbers, let's say I have a 200-pound athlete. And let's say he is 10% body fat. So that means that he's got 20 pounds of body fat on him. Does everybody see how we get that? Suzanne, you know.
Okay, so you said
He weighs 200 pounds, he has 10% body fat, so he has 20 pounds of fat mass. Equals 180 pounds of lean mass. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Times that by 10%, and we get 18. That's how many blocks of food he's supposed to have per day. It really is that simple. Kelly, confused or just intense? Okay, cool. So does everybody see how we got that? Give me a nod. Everybody,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do you have a pen?
not really.
Never mind.
So, but, all right. So here's okay. So does anybody here want to share what their body weight was and what their body fat percentage was, and we'll do one in real time.
214,
214 pounds for Brandon.
25.6.
25.6%. 0.6%. I am not a mathematician, so I'm going to use my calculator. To all the teachers out there that said, you won't always have a calculator? Haha. 14 times 0.256. Okay, comes out to 54.78. We're going to round up to 55 just for simplified numbers. So, Brandon has about 55 pounds of fat mass. Okay, so
We got 158 pounds.
so 159 pounds of lean mass. So 10% of that, guys, comes out to roughly 15.9. We're going to round up. I know Brandon likes to eat. So 16 blocks of food per day. So that comes out to about 16 blocks. Okay, is everybody following
Can we
this?
do that one more time?
Sure. That's okay. So he weighs 214 pounds, and he has 25.6% body fat.
That's the number all, whatever our body fat is all the way down to the bottom?
Yes.
That's what you gave us?
Yep. So guys, what you're gonna do is take your body weight, multiply it by whatever your percentage is. So if you're 25% body fat, times it by 0.25. If you're 38.9, times it by 0.389, and so forth.
This is
You might need a PhD in Egyptian hieroglyphics. That's
okay.
all right. So once we take 214 and times it by 25.6%, that's roughly 55 pounds. So we take 214 minus his fat mass, which is 55 pounds, and we get 159 pounds. So he's 159 pounds of lean mass. 10% of that. Yep, we'll times it by 0.1, comes out to 15.9, and we just rounded it up to 16. Got it. Okay. So guys, everybody should be getting a number somewhere between 10 and 20. If you're not, there's a calculation miss somewhere.
No, that's what I said it was. That's pretty cool.
All right.
Without even knowing.
So, is everybody getting something relatively close? Now, if you're getting like 9 or 9.4, just bump it up to 10. So, 10 blocks of food per day. It sounds like a lot, it really isn't. The video that we're going to watch on Meal Prep with Anthony Mazzi, he does 18 blocks of food per day. Guys, that is an insane amount of food. My prescription is about 15, 14, 15, something like that, depending on what day of the week it is. So, are we good here? Does anybody need me to run their calculation for them specifically? No? Cool. All right. So now let's talk about how to portion out your food a little bit. Okay, actually let's talk about this for a second, guys. So a couple rules of thumb. Number one, 3 meals per day plus 2 snacks. Now, if you're like 15 blocks of food per day, do 5 3-block meals. If you're 16 blocks, you can do 4 4-block meals. The simplest way that you can break this down, guys, the better. The more you can break it down, the more you can simplify it, the more likely you are to adhere to it and get better results. So protein, guys, as a general rule of thumb, your protein is going to be about as thick as a deck of cards and about the size of the palm of your hand. So really simple. Carbohydrates, guys, like we said, you can eat as many of those green veggies as you want. Don't bother counting them. Your complex carbs, things like your sweet potatoes, your and so forth, about the size of your fist. So 1 fist, guys, is roughly 1 cup. So this is stuff that helps to help you eyeball it. So when you're starting your weighing and measuring, you can see it and progress it a little bit quicker. So guys, if you are so for your complex carbs, things like fruit, beets, rice, and so forth, 1 or 2 servings per meal. If you are with your potatoes, 1. Don't do anything more than 1 starch for one of your blocks. So if you're let's say that you're a 4-block athlete, 1 of those blocks of carbohydrate could be something like a sweet potato. That's where your starch is going. That's that fast energy. Make sense? If it doesn't, I'll say it again.
Say it again.
Hit again.
Say it again.
Hit again. Sorry. So let's say that you're 4 blocks of food. That's going to be 4 blocks of protein, 4 blocks carbohydrate, and 4 blocks of fat. On your carbohydrate, just measure out 1 block of starch, and the rest of your blocks are going to be the green veggies and so forth. So realistically, all you have to do is measure out 1 starch and then throw a bunch of green veggies in there. Simple, super simplified. Making sense now? Kelly, you sure? Not picking on you. Yeah. Maybe a little bit. So, as far as your fats, guys, crease of the palm of your hand. That's roughly going to be 1 block. So if you're 3 blocks, do 3 of those. Again, measure them out, guys, as much as you can at first, and as time goes on, you won't have to measure it quite as much. When in doubt, guys, always default and go back to weighing and measuring your food. And that was
And we have to have a starch in the carbs.
correct. You do need to have 1 starch with every meal so that you have that fuel for when you're in here. So otherwise, you'll balk. You'll hate me a lot.
I had written down earlier no rice. Is that incorrect?
Rice is a grain. You want to try to avoid it if possible.
It said rice on there.
If you're gonna do rice, then and some people are. That was just kind of giving that as an example. So somebody here is gonna eat rice.
If you want it to be your cheat day.
No cheat days for the first 6 weeks, guys.
Not rice?
Huh?
No rice for you.
No rice for you. Come back when you. All right. So, guys, as far as things like sweeteners, honey, agave is a question I tend to get in these seminars a lot. Ask yourself 2 questions. How much are we talking? And will this help me reach my goal? So, guys, if you're drinking a cup of coffee and you put a teaspoon of honey in there because you need something sweet, is that really going to derail you? Probably not. It's fructose primarily in honey and agave, so it's not an ideal sugar. But what's going to be more detrimental? Putting a couple of teaspoons of table sugar in there, or maybe some aspartame, or putting a teaspoon of a natural sweetener. So it's kind of common sense if you really think about it. So don't overthink it. Really simplify it. Guys, I used to weigh 212 pounds. I've been there. That's me. So is that at 165. So been there, done that, guys. I know how it feels to, I've been the super skinny kid and I've been the fat guy. And I've been everything in between. It's like, you don't believe that's me?
No,
I don't.
it doesn't look
It
like
doesn't look like me.
When my dad sent me that picture about a year and a half ago, the first thing I said was, "Where'd you get that picture of AJ, my older brother?" And he goes, "Look again." And I was like, "Oh crap!" And that's actually the Santa hat that I still have. I still wear it right around Christmas. I do still have it. In fact, guys, if you happen to watch the movie Functional Fitness that I was in, I'm actually wearing it in one of the scenes. It's pretty funny.
What's the deal with that movie? I mean, is it on the?
We had the premiere about 3 weeks ago, and it's going to be released on Amazon first. It's being entered into 2 more film festivals, and then the last thing that'll happen is it'll be put on Netflix. So it was a documentary, guys. I had a camera crew follow me around for the better part of 2 years, and it just finally came to fruition about 3 weeks ago, and actually got put on the big screen.
So you're the main character?
I'm one of the featured characters, yes. So the idea with the movie, guys, was to show all the different avenues and aspects of CrossFit. We have people who are just starting out, box owners like myself, professional CrossFitters like Telena Fortunato and Ollie Goddard, and then Terry DeWitt, who lost like 120 pounds between lap band and doing CrossFit. She's still a good friend of mine. So pretty cool experience. Look it up, guys, functionalfitnessmovie.com. So, and you guys too. All right, so guys, before we get into this paleo flow chart, let's talk a little bit more specifically about blocks and weighing and measuring food and so forth. So yes, and this is something where people tend to get a little bit derailed because they kind of miss that you're pulling from each category. So I'm going to pick on Brandon just because I know he's going to probably do 4 block meals per day because it's simplified. So on that Zone PDF paper there, guys, turn to the page where it says like protein, favorable carbohydrates, and then fats. So your columns are going to look something like this. You have a column of protein, 2 columns of carbohydrates, and a column of fat. It should look something like that. Now, if you're a 4 block meal athlete, you're going to pull 4 blocks from protein, carbohydrate, and fat. So I'm just going to keep this super simple. I'm going to talk about beef, broccoli, and almonds. So if it's 4, it's going to be 4 ounces of beef plus 4 times whatever the carbohydrate content is. For broccoli cooked, I think it's 1.25 cups. So that's going to be 5.25 cups of cooked broccoli. Yep. And then almonds, it's going to be about 12 almonds because it's 1, 2, 3 almonds makes 1 block. Each almond has roughly 0.5 gram of fat. So hold on.
3 almonds
Or 1 block of almond. So if he's a 4 block athlete, 4 times 3 makes 12. So look at now this is where it gets a little confusing, guys. So I'm going to simplify. 7 grams of protein makes a block of protein. So that's going to be roughly 28 grams of protein. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 grams of carbs, and then roughly
12.
Would it be 6? It'd be 6 grams of fat.
6 to 12.
So, say again?
Because it's 1.5 to 3 grams equals 1 block.
So it could be between 6 and 12, but for simplified reason, we'll just do it 6. So does that make a little bit more sense?
Repeat it again.
You just did.
Okay, no. I'm going to ask a different question.
You just did. Think of it.
Okay, so if you're in the smoky meal and you have the 10 blocks, that means that you're getting 40 ounces of protein a day.
You would be getting 2 ounces of protein. If you're a 2-block female, it would be 2 ounces of beef. I believe 1 ounce of
One
beef.
meal.
Yeah, per one meal.
So I'm saying like but you're talking about the whole block. I mean like,
So you would be, okay,
If
so
I'm
if you're
doing-
doing, so if you were doing 10 blocks per day, you would be getting roughly 70 grams of protein, 90 grams of carbs, and about 15 grams of fat for the entire day.
You gotta
Why would
convert
it be
grams
40?
to ounces.
Why would it be 40?
There's one block of
if
protein.
I was doing, okay, if I was doing the beef, it would be
7
40
No.
ounces of beef.
2.
Okay.
2 ounces of beef. 2 ounces of beef equals 14 grams of protein. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but so for each, so you've got 10 blocks, and each
Oh,
block is 7
7.
grams of protein, so 7 times 10 is 70.
it is. Actually, let's try this. Okay, everybody up to speed? I know Joyce, you have a question?
Well, I'm kind of like hers, like, so if it's 2 ounces is 1 block.
No. 1 ounce is 1 block.
Oh.
If you're 2 blocks, you're gonna do double that. So
Say I
basically,
wanted nothing but beef all day.
So you
Like
need,
that's-
I'm just using that as an example.
I know, so follow my table, and I have 10 blocks. It's 2 ounces,
Times 10 would be 20.
would be 20
20 ounces of beef per day.
day.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know,
But I'm
but
just-
I'm
I'm
like,
just using
I'm
that
as
doing
a
the
lot of-
kiss. He likes the kiss, I'm doing the kiss.
Okay.
All right?
Can you,
Good?
can you
Yes,
do
ma'am.
my block for me?
Sure.
Medium female, so I'm at 11
Okay.
blocks a day.
So you're gonna do 3 3-block meals and 2 1-block snacks.
3, 3
That's gonna be the easiest way to do it.
And 2 what?
So she would be 77 grams. Say again? Yeah, you'd be doing 3 3 1 3. No, 3 3 1 3 1. Or you could do 3 1 3 1 3. Whatever's easier. So. Good? Cool. All right, guys. So this next slide, one of my personal favorites. This is one of my personal favorite slides because there's a lot of fun that goes into this, but it's also extremely accurate. So guys, give me a food, any food, I don't care what it is. Throw it up. Huh?
Bacon.
Bacon? Bacon. Okay, cool. Bacon. Didn't have a face.
Yes.
It's paleo. Eat it. Bacon is okay on this program. I heart bacon. I love bacon. Anything bacon, sausage. If I
You can chocolate covered bacon.
no,
No, I
got it too.
Why?
Yes.
Sushi.
Why? Sugar. He just
Why?
said, it's like, why do you eat bacon?
It's like if I'm eating bacon, I'm eating bacon. If you don't like bacon, you prefer turkey bacon.
I love bacon, but it doesn't like me. But turkey bacon doesn't
Likes
bother
you.
me.
So what do you mean it doesn't like you?
It means it gives me indigestion. But if I eat turkey bacon,
Okay.
it doesn't give me indigestion.
What's your blood type?
Um,
Let me ask you this: what would you prefer, chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Chicken. Okay. More green vegetables or more like complex carbohydrates?
I guess green vegetables.
I'm gonna guess glue positive.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So there's a book out, guys, called Eat Right for Your Blood Type, and you can, and a lot of times I can kind of figure out what somebody's blood type is just based on their preference. Be positive. Love beef. I have people with B positive blood types tend to have a higher concentration of acidity in their stomach, so we digest animal protein a lot more effectively. If you're AB, you're probably a really picky eater on some level. So,
Green bean.
green bean. Okay, did it have a face?
No.
No. Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
Yes.
Yes. Is it corn?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Is it paleo? Not really. Nice try though. Nice try. Beans, guys, there are some exceptions. Beans, don't eat it. Guys, let me clarify. Is beans a horrible thing for you? In a small quantity? No. Is it much better than eating a slice of bread? Yes, it sucks a whole lot less. Okay, if you can avoid it, please do. Give me another food.
Sushi.
Sushi. Okay, fish. Did it have a face?
Yes.
It's paleo. Eat it. Give me another food.
Wait,
Anything.
with the rice and everything?
No.
I'm gonna, what about
Nice try.
the seaweed?
Seaweed? Let's go. Okay. Did it have a face?
No.
No. Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
I wouldn't even
It's a
know.
vegetable. It's a vegetable. Yes. Is it corn? No. It's paleo. Give me another food. Come on, guys. Anything.
Orange.
An orange. Okay. Did it have a face? No. Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
Yes.
Is it corn? No. It's paleo.
Pizza.
But it's
Pizza.
It's sugary. It's paleo.
I usually eat like an orange every day.
Okay, eat an orange every day. So eating one a day isn't going to hurt you on this challenge. If you eat 5 or 6, it's going
No,
to
I eat 2 a day. I forgot. I eat 2 a day.
eat one. Eat one.
I can do that.
Can I ask you something?
You just did.
Look at the chart where it says, is it a potato? Yes. Is it a potato? No. I don't understand the no column.
Don't eat it unless you're skinny.
Right, but then the no.
Okay, is it a sweet potato? Yes, it's paleo.
Okay.
Okay, is it a sweet potato? No. Don't eat it unless you're already skinny. Is a potato technically paleo? Yes. Is it a good one for somebody like Michael who might want to gain some muscle? Yes. Is it good for somebody like me who wants to drop some body fat? Not really.
Okay.
So you want to go with more of the more complex the carbohydrate, the less of an effect it's going to have on your blood sugar, the less of an effect it's going to have on you storing body fat.
Question.
Answer.
Hot sauce.
It's primarily cayenne pepper, vinegar. You're fine. So actually, okay, hot sauce. Did it have a face?
No.
No. Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
Yes. It's cayenne pepper is a vegetable.
Pepper.
Yeah, kind of.
Pepper is a
No.
vegetable.
Is it a nut?
No.
No. Is it an oil?
No.
No. Is it a spice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's paleo. Eat
Yay,
it.
well, we
So,
know.
okay.
But it's a vegetable.
Huh?
Pepper is a vegetable.
Yeah, it is. So it's paleo. So it's good. Yeah, nobody's throwing out anything about any of the fun ones.
Okay, I'll
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. Ooh, okay. Let's go. How about we just talk about chocolate? Okay, we'll talk about dark chocolate. Did it have a face? No. Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
Yes.
It was.
Cocoa bean.
Did it come from a plant?
Cacao.
Or did it come from a plant?
It was in process.
Sorry.
So if you eat it right off the tree, you're good to
It's
go.
not going to taste good. Has anybody here ever had unsweetened chocolate?
Yes.
It tastes god awful. It is one of the worst things in Europe.
And that's why it's not good to
So wait, chocolate isn't
Dark
sweet
chocolate
itself?
covered coffee beans.
Ah,
Really?
my favorite question.
Cocoa powder.
Now, here's the question, guys.
Yes.
Why is coffee okay? Even though it's bean, why is it okay?
There's water in it.
Because it's not a bean. It's actually a seed. The coffee cherry contains 2 coffee seeds, and when they cut the coffee cherry open, the seeds are what they roast. It's called a coffee bean just because the vernacular. It's the way it develops.
But the beans also have 2 pieces. When you split the bean, it has 2 pieces. That's
Right.
it too.
Right, but that's the seed on the inside.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a seed. It's not a bean.
Okay, so here's
But
one.
you're just consuming the oil basically from the coffee anyway, so it's not the,
There's not really coffee. There's not really oil in coffee. That's the thing.
isn't it? I thought that
Not
was the
really.
oil that makes it, that's what makes the flavor, if it's strong or. I thought it was the oil.
I'd have to
from the
research.
coffee bean.
I'd have to research that again. I'll ask my barista when I go to Starbucks tomorrow. But I don't believe there's any oil in them. Salt?
Oil.
Spice.
Coffee has oil.
Does that? Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, learn something new. So I don't know that much about coffee, but I know I like to drink. So, Karen asked about salt. Guys, try not to go too crazy with salt. But unless you have issues with like high blood pressure, don't be too anal about it. So, I mean, worst case scenario, salt is going to cause a little bit of water retention, but it'll flush out within a day or so.
Is it bad if you put it in no salt?
Do you want to know?
You need salt.
You need some salt, but if you never seasoned your food with salt, you'd still be fine.
It's better to have like sea salt as compared to the other processed salt.
I mean, you're talking such a dude. Does the Himalayan rock salt really eliminate negative ions from your body if you consume it? Don't know. Don't care. Keep it simple.
That's the commitment.
Yeah. Do I buy that? No, not really. It's just I don't buy into all the hype and stuff like that. I'm a very science-oriented person besides my Christian beliefs. I want to see evidence as far as how it works like that. I understand the theory of it. I want proof. I just do. So, yes, Alex.
Is there
cap that you like? Say you do like hot sauce. Is there a cap of the amount of hot sauce you put on something?
I would assume that you should probably go with a more spicy hot sauce.
If
that's
you
the
have to
case.
ask that
And
question.
you're sitting there drinking it, then there's something wrong with
No, like you like buffalo chicken. You're like, my dressing could be the hot sauce. Like, I don't mind that. Like eating something like that. Is there like, do I need a specific amount or anything like
No,
that? Okay, that's.
put it this way: if I go to Beef O'Brady's, I get my wings extra wet,
Yeah.
and I will sit there and I'll eat the extra
Yeah,
sauce.
I
with a
love
spoon.
Right, I love
I love it.
it.
Hold on, Suzanne. Can't put it
What
in.
about, what about hummus?
Okay, garbanzo
Beans.
So yes, Suzanne.
There's oil,
Okay.
there's tahini oil.
It's still
that's
a
okay.
bean. It's still a bean.
I thought that was chickpeas.
Garbanzo beans.
It's
Chickpeas.
Oh,
are they?
Yeah.
Chickpeas
Oh,
are
hummus
garbanzo
like
beans.
that.
It's
Water.
guacamole, that would be.
Avocado.
Avocado's good.
Have you ever drink coffee with avocado inside?
What?
Never had coffee with avocado. That sounds very interesting. You know, what? I can understand that because avocado has like a creamy texture to it. So you could probably substitute that for like a cream in your coffee.
No, I grew up in a farm and I remember my dad, and it was a coffee farm. And I remember my dad drinking the coffee, black coffee, and scooping an avocado. Did I did it this time?
Okay, so I have a quick one.
Good.
Stevia plant. Stevia.
How much are we talking? And will it
About 2
serve?
weeks.
And will it serve your goals? So I am not a fan of stevia, Splenda.
Not even the plant, like the
Not
natural
a,
leaf.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not.
Just use regular sugar, right?
But it's better than any other sugar.
It is better than sugar, but again, it's just. My concern is that 20 years from now, they're gonna be like, oh, we were wrong about stevia. It causes cancer in your left toe.
Just like they were
But
with
we're talking about the
cholesterol.
plant. Like I grew a stevia plant, and I
Right.
took the leaf and I squished it
It would be all right, it would be as much as.
Not like the powder, like the
Okay,
Caribbean
okay,
stuff.
okay.
That's actually the leaf.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like the actual-
That's probably gonna be fine. So if we're talking a leaf or two,
Yeah.
I really wouldn't give that a second thought.
Okay,
Make
so
it
that
just-
helps with the sugar part
Yes.
a little bit.
Now
If
here's,
you have a
okay,
habit.
actually, I want to point something out also. I'm glad you guys have an associative memory, so I'm going to remember different things as time goes on. The taste of something sweet can trigger an insulin response in your body. So if you do that, it's going to trigger insulin to be released, which is going to store blood sugar as body fat.
Yay.
So, so for the first 6 weeks, I would keep that to a minimal as much as possible. The other thing is, guys, you're
So
going to
that
become.
goes along with the fruit and stuff too. and lemons
So,
and the fruit.
and the other thing to keep in mind, guys, is that after the 6 weeks, if you've had virtually no sweets, no sugar, no fruit, nothing along those lines, and then you try to eat something sweet, it's going to taste considerably sweeter than any other time because your body has become desensitized to it.
Don't you want to like have your body like that?
I'm sorry, sensitized to it, excuse me. I'm sorry?
Don't you want your body not to plateau?
What do you mean by that?
Like, if you get, I mean, because you said switch to meats as much as possible, right? Well, at a certain point, you're eating the same thing, your body's just like fat. And what is sweet, like,
But what you're talking about doing is going to cause you to start gaining fat again because you're starting to eat something else that's sweet. So, are you going to plateau in 6 weeks? Probably not. So again, guys, try to stick to it as much as you can and get as much of the sweet stuff out of your diet as you can. At the end of 6 weeks, you're going to find that it's much more rewarding also if you really stuck closely to the program. Good question. Yes, ma'am.
So why is 1 lemon on the favorable carbohydrate, but a third of a cup of lemon juice is on the unfavorable?
Because when it's actually a lemon, you're still having to consume the pulp that's in the lemon, which slows down the digestive process and slows it down from converting into blood sugar. When you drink pure lemon juice, you're drinking pure sugar. It's just a fruit sugar versus a.
If you would have an orange, how many oranges would you add? What is it, like how many oranges would you? I
I
actually
think it's
noticed
like
that, wait,
I think it's like 20
how many
oranges makes like a glass of
That's
orange
an
juice or
orange
something.
juice or something.
Okay.
So a cup of or a lemon juice is probably like drinking half a dozen
And then
lemons.
you're not getting the nutrients of the,
The pulp, yeah.
With the juice from 1 lemon, if I take this 1 lemon and squeeze it, I'm gonna get pulp in there and the juice.
But you're still just getting the juice. You're not consuming all of it. There's still a big difference between eating an orange and drinking a glass of orange juice.
Oh, yes.
So whether
Yes.
you're squeezing it yourself or not,
think of it like
Makes
the
no
bulk
difference.
part of it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
How about LaCroix, water? Carbonated
I don't
water.
think there's any calories or anything. I think it's just sweetened with just a little bit of fruit juice. I'd have to look at the actual ingredients. But
LaCroix, water, is that like carbonation?
it's kind of like Perrier water.
Yeah.
So I actually like Perrier water. Like the lime flavored one, the lemon ones are actually pretty good, and there's no calorie value to it
And
whatsoever.
after you're doing this, and it'll still taste sweet after
Yes.
like
3 weeks or
20
so.
weeks.
3 weeks. About 3 weeks. Any other questions, guys? Yes, Allison.
When do we get the email for signing up for the workout?
Oh, good question. Guys, please do me a favor. Go onto my website, Crossfit FTM. That's Foxtrot Tango Mike.
Right that day, and all it does is sit there and spin when you're trying to
Okay,
get contact.
I'm betting you probably submitted like 3 or 4 times.
I submitted it once and waited.
I did that today.
I came back later and did it again and did the same thing.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Let me end the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
So it's CrossFit FTM.
.com. FTM, it's CrossFit FTM. That's Foxtrot Tango Mike. .com.
And then you fill out that.
That's that one that you.
Yep,
Contact
just fill out
us.
that contact us form, guys. Once I've got that in my system, I'm gonna email over the waiver to you. Fill it out online, and when you hit submit, it sends it right back to me. You do not need to print it out. You'll also, and write this down, guys. This is important. You will need to go on to. I completely lost my train of thought.
The App Store.
No. Yes, App Store. You'll want to download Wodify. Make sure you download Wodify, not Wodify Admin. Do not want to download the Wodify Admin. The Wodify, W-O-D-I-F-Y. This is the box management software that we use. It's where you're going to store your workouts, where you're going to see the workouts, register for classes. Guys, it's
right
a
up there.
very, very user-friendly app. Looks something like that.
Is there,
He said that's an app.
Yes, it's an app. So
is there like a?
it looks like this, Michael.
It's a W.
Big W.
Great.
Yep, that's right. All right, let me look on this real quick for you, Brandon, and see if it's done.
Now what happens if we need to change one of our classes? Like if we're
You sign out, find the class that you want to attend to, and sign in. So as long as it's 1 hour before the class time starts, you're good. Let's see here. Ken Moresco, Patty Sherrick, Ryan Schaefer. Okay. Brandon, it doesn't look like yours came through.
I'll try it again. Otherwise, I'll just email you. Keep
Well,
on.
Murphy's Law absolutely applies to technology.
Don't happen to have a Hotmail account, do you?
Gmail.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, guys, if you have a Hotmail account, you might want to consider using something else. For some reason, Hotmail accounts and Modify do not get along. It won't go in your inbox. I don't know why, but I've seen it happen with at least half a dozen people. Since we started running these challenges in September, and there's been like 5, maybe 6 people who, for whatever reason, aren't getting it. So, but it looks like this, guys. Literally, all I need is your name, email. The more information that you fill out, guys, the better. I'll send over the waiver. Once I have that back, I can activate your system. So,
Oh, it's that one right there?
yeah.
Because you said use the contact us thing, so I was clicking the contact us, and that's
Gotcha.
a different form.
Yeah, guys, go to the one that's on, and that's going to be in my email box. So,
Okay.
yeah, guys, use the one that's on the landing page, not the
Gotcha.
one that's on the contact us. Okay. So,
That's fine.
Do you need, because I'll have to go in and create a Gmail account, because I've got Hotmail.
okay.
So do you need that before you give me my Wi-Fi login?
Yes. When you create your Gmail account, when you're filling out this form, just use that email. That'll be your best bet.
Okay, so I'll need to do that again then, because I did it with my Hotmail, but I need to create a Gmail.
If you create a Gmail account and then send me that email, whatever that email is through text messaging, I can change, delete that, or the one that I already have in the system. So either one will work just fine. Questions, guys? Yes, Oscar.
So we're doing 3 times a week.
This is 3 times a week.
Is it better to do like 3 consecutive, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Or is it better to do like every other day and put it, and can we incorporate like a run in there or something on the days that we're not doing CrossFit?
Good question. As long as you get 3 days in, doesn't matter. You can do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. What I would not do, guys, is try to do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday at like 5 or 6:30 because that's going to be prime time. That's when it's going to be slammed. I would do like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday so that it kind of breaks it up a little bit. Class sizes are no more than 14. Some of these classes will get completely full, guys. You can also register for your classes 168 hours ahead of time, exactly 1 week. So if you're here at the 5:30 class on Monday, as you're walking out, you could register for the 5:30 class the following Monday. So now, also guys, everyone is going to get the same opportunity to start registering for classes at the same time. If you're having trouble with your Wi-Fi login, call me. Pick up the phone and call me. You have my direct cell phone. That is the easiest way to troubleshoot. Please do not email me and say, I want to reserve the class at 7:30 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you send me that email, guys, I'm not going to honor it because I'm going to give everybody the same opportunity to start registering for classes at the same time. So that way it's fair and it's even. What other questions?
Okay, so what are, sorry.
Go ahead, Sam.
What about the off days?
Okay.
Can you still?
Learn and play new sports, guys. So whether you're going to go play volleyball at the rec center, go to the driving range and hit golf balls, go paddleboarding, go for a swim, go pick up a game of basketball somewhere. Stay active, guys. These are active rest days, if you will. So you can go to the gym on your own and work out if you want to. It's not going to harm anything compared to what you're doing here. But what I would encourage you to do is to start learning and playing new stuff. Guys, about, actually right around February, I became a very big fan of paddleboarding. Granted, I was going through some personal stuff at the time and it was a good outlet, but I was going paddleboarding 5-6 days a week most of the time. So it was fun. Find something new that you can enjoy, that you're staying active.
I do a lot of kayaking too, so if anybody,
that's good.
I love to kayak.
Where?
Okay.
Oh, anywhere.
There's a Manatee River.
Yeah,
What do you do?
Alabama, you can go, what am I?
Take
Yeah,
a gun.
I know.
If you go on the Alafai, take a gun. There's gators.
Gators.
There's a lot of gators on the Alafai. Big gators.
Wiki-Wachi, beautiful. And
Yeah,
that's-
Wiki Watch is cool.
Oh,
The Getaway over
Kitty's
on
great.
Gandy is a really nice place to go, guys. There's a nice bar and restaurant right there, and a launch station for your kayak, paddleboard, or boat.
Not
I
first time.
frequently go up that area. So,
Weeden Island Preserve right over there.
never been there.
Yeah, that's a cool one too.
Is it? Where's it?
You
It's on
can't
the
really,
Alafai?
well, once you get past Gandy, and you go past the Gateway a little bit, take a left, and then you gotta go down into, it's right over there actually.
I've probably seen it because I've paddled out for like 10 miles.
There's some spots you can't paddleboard on though, because it's so, the mangroves grow in, they've actually tunneled through it.
Oh, no kidding.
They had to cut it so you're kind of like this in a kayak. You have to like, break your kayak top to get through some stuff. It's pretty neat.
Sounds like fun.
It is.
Until you get lost. Yes,
How
ma'am.
much water should we be drinking?
Body weight times 0.7 equals ounces. Give or take a little bit. Body weight times 0.7. So if you weigh 100 pounds, roughly 70 ounces of water a day. So the human body is roughly 70 to 80% water, depending on what expert you ask, what day of the week it is, and which textbook they use. So, say again?
150, 160 ounces of water a day.
How much water is in a gallon?
64.
That's a half gallon.
Is it?
Yeah. Gallon of water is roughly 128.
that is
128 gallons of water. 128 gallons of water a day. 128 ounces. Give or take a little. So, and that's kind of a ballpark figure. So it also depends, again, who you ask. So, but that's kind of a rule of thumb.
0.7. Okay.
Questions, guys?
Should we space our meals and snacks out? So like every 3 hours?
You can, that would be ideal. Theoretically, you could eat all the food that you're going to eat for one day on its own in one sitting. I don't recommend that. It's probably going to be uncomfortable. So, but and don't get so hung up on timing as much as making sure you're getting enough food in. So if you eat one meal at the 2-hour mark and the next meal at the 4-hour mark, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Consistency and habits definitely make a difference, but making sure you're getting it in one way or the other is ideal. And guys, you're gonna be amazed at how much food you're eating on this program, and you're gonna be amazed at how hungry you still are after eating this much food. It's gonna mess with your head a little bit until you get used to it, but when you do, you're like, this is fun. I like eating this much. Yes, Suzanne.
Okay, so workouts, like if we're coming in at the 7:30 later evening workouts, should we eat them at 4?
That's on
I
you.
would not come here within eating food within an hour and a half. So,
Okay,
and even then, that's kind of pushing it. 2 hours would be better.
okay.
Otherwise, you might see it twice.
Right in the bucket.
And sign the book. Yes, Kim?
Egg. The whole egg?
Eat the whole egg.
Okay.
Eat the whole egg. Here's the thing,
What
guys.
if you don't like the yellow one?
Learn to like it.
That's the best part. That's where the protein
Here's the
is.
thing. Okay, guys.
Think of the
Guys, egg yolk contains something called choline. Choline is very effective at breaking down fats into smaller pieces and making it easier for our body to digest and absorb it. If you're just eating the egg white, you're missing the part that's supposed to help you digest it to begin with. So, I was dating a young lady a while back. She's literally allergic to egg yolk. She's allergic to
That's a bummer.
She was tested for 76 different things, and she's allergic to 69 of them. Yeah, she cannot eat anything with a nut. She gets anywhere near a peanut, she goes Emmy shot, everything.
That's
It's,
fun to be around.
You're like, that's
I bet that didn't work out.
That didn't work
Like, babe, where do you want to go eat?
we can't eat there.
I can't go anywhere.
by the way, recent divorcee, if y'all have any single female friends, send them my way.
Here we
I'm
go.
kidding. I got
No, he's
some.
not.
I got some. Yes, Beth.
How much time before a class will you cancel it?
Okay, if there is one person on the schedule, we will have that class unless something happens and changes. Now, reservations for classes, guys, close out 1 hour before the class starts. If there's nobody on the schedule, guys, and it's either beginning or end, so like the 4:30 or the 7:30, if there's nobody on that schedule, I wait 15 minutes into the next class, and then I leave. So if there's nobody on the schedule for the 7:30, I'll walk out with it at 7:45. So there is a 15-minute window. The early morning classes, guys, at like 5:30 a.m. have been really lean lately, probably just because of the holiday season. So we're going to start kind of playing that by ear. 5:30 a.m. We have 5:30, 6:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. We run 9 classes.
And female only.
Yeah, 10:30 and 7:30 are one.
From a single day perspective, what's the best time?
Say again?
That was supposed to.
Oh, boom.
What'd you say, Oscar?
You would definitely ask that. You would definitely ask that question. What's the best time? He would ask that question. See, he threw himself under the bus.
Right. Any other questions, guys? This is my favorite part of the seminar because I love answering questions. I'm gonna write a book one of these days. There's way too much information.
How much are we gonna lose?
That's on you.
If I could predict that, I would be a billionaire by now. So. All right, you guys, go ahead.
You said that you're gonna explain the sprout bread and like these.
It's grains. It's sprouted grains are still grains. So it doesn't matter what type of grains they are, guys. Grain